You're welcome back. Now, we understand Parliament is expected to sit in a few minutes to begin consideration on the controversial E Levy, but our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Komla Kluche reports the appropriation bill was approved on Friday. Parliament approved the 2022 appropriations bill to the tune of 145 billion Ghana cedis to fund activities and the services of government for the coming year. The Finance Committee of Parliament, however, failed to deliberate on the controversial electronic transaction levy bill on Friday, despite its much advertised publication on the Parliament.
It was a heated meeting that lasted for hours, even though the plenary expected a final decision on the controversial bill. Closed door, the media was kept out. Entrenched positions of the two sides on the committee attracted further mediators considered as seniors of Parliament who thronged the committee room to get a supposed consensus. After hours, the meeting failed to achieve its purpose.
What is the position? Okay, so what is the position of the committee now on the E Levy?
I can confirm to you that the Finance Committee is yet to consider the electronic transfer levy bill. So as we speak, according to the bill, it's electronic transfer levy bill. So we are yet to consider that. And until that time, I'm not aware of a date that we will consider it. It will have to be communicated to us officially, and a decision will be made, and then we'll sit and consider that.
Do we get the impression that both sides have a consensus in dealing with this bill?
No, I can confirm to you that I am the ranking member of the Finance Committee. I represent, in fact, I lead the minority on the issues like this. And I can confirm to you here and now that the NDC minority do not have any consensus with the majority, the MPP majority, on this E-levy.
I think if you had a ranking member on finance, he never said so. He said that a meeting has not been set to consider that bill. That's what he said. So let's put it. What we met on was on the appropriations bill, which we all have consensus to go to the floor and pass it by consensus. It's very important because it sets the ceiling for government expenditure. So that is what we've all agreed that we should go to the floor and consider. E-levy will come back to it when the chairman calls a meeting and sets the processes in motion, and we'll consider it.
I second the motion.
Back in the chamber, the House approved the 2022 appropriation bill.
An act to provide for the withdrawal of sums of money necessary to meet government expenditure for the 2022 financial year from the Consolidated Fund and other public funds and for related matters.
Joining us is Komla Kluche, our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent. Komla, is there any indication at all at this point that the controversial electronic transfers levy bill will be considered at any point today?
That's the only outstanding thing the Parliament needs to consider before they rise today. As I speak with you, members of the Finance Committee are readying themselves to go into the meeting to look at the bill as submitted under a certificate of urgency, and then the committee after a meeting will have to present a report to the House, and then a decision will be taken on it. Most likely it's going to be subjected to vote because the minority had already told us that they are not in support of it. They will not support it today, tomorrow, or ever any other time at all. And so they are going to subject it to strict voting. If the numbers that we are seeing here is anything to go by, it tells you how both sides are marshalling their forces to be able to get this bill passed or rejected. What it is that if the Speaker is going to sit in, Alban Bagbin himself is going to sit in, we don't have that indication yet, then the numbers most probably may be favoring the majority. Even if it doesn't sit in, there's also the likelihood it could favor them or otherwise. But the indication from both sides is that they are going to subject them strictly to voting, and when the voting is done, then the outcome will tell whether the bill will go through or otherwise.
Okay. Keep monitoring the situation for us, Komala Klucha, Parliamentary Affairs Correspondent. In the course of a day, we will be getting back to him for the latest on this particular subject. It's now primary.
Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he need it now. See what I see. So now your friend on a night come asem. Only papi obeka na sembia. So and you obet you too. Everybody was afraid. And until I nan to my cottage again nine. Once na board dumping one and but who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Aku drofo nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he need it now. See what I see. So now your friend on a night come asem. Only papi obeka na sembia. So and you obet you too. Everybody was afraid. And until I nan to my cottage again nine. Once na board dumping one and but who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Aku drofo nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he need it now. See what I see. So now your friend on a night come asem. Only papi obeka na sembia. So and you obet you too. Everybody was afraid. And until I nan to my cottage again nine. Once na board dumping one and but who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Aku drofo nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth?